Okay. So, number one, which hypothesis between the null and alternative hypothesis is the hypothesis of no effect or no difference or status quo or is assumed to be true? This question had like the weirdest wording. And I just got the null hypothesis.
Yeah, null hypothesis.
And for number two, does the alternative hypothesis below represent a one-sided or two-sided alternative hypothesis? And I got one-sided. And then for three, you basically just had to fill in the chart. And so the first box is correct decision. And then underneath that is type 1 error. And on the right, on the top, it's type 2 error. And then underneath that, it's correct decision. And then 4, define the level of significance in a hypothesis test with which Greek letter is denoted. And the level of significance is a number to determine if the p-value is small enough to reject the null hypothesis. It's denoted with the Greek letter alpha. It is the probability of making a type 1 error. And then number 5, you basically just had to write down the formula, and it was z equals the x bar minus mu over sigma divided by the square root of n. And then 6, define the p-value. How is it used? In a hypothesis test, p-value is the probability that you will observe the sample test statistic you did, or one more extreme, assuming the null hypothesis is true. 7, if the null hypothesis is rejected in a hypothesis test, what is concluded about the alternative hypothesis? So if the null hypothesis is rejected, then we have enough evidence to conclude that the alternative hypothesis is true. So for number 8, I think we all had something different, and I wrote an example of testing a hypothesis. I wrote about how yesterday I heard that like a sound of a baby crying, and and then I thought it's probably not a baby, it's probably just my cat, and she wants in. So I went and opened the door, and she was outside the door. My alternative hypothesis was correct. You guys can share yours if you want.
I didn't think of one. That was a good one.
Well, then I have a list too. It's about the same thing. Because missionary showed up, so I was like, wait, today is Friday, so on Wednesday? Yeah. Because my husband's back from North Carolina. And anyways, so it was around Pacific time, around like 8:30 or so. I was like, or not, actually 9. Like, who's knocking? I don't have anybody that I know that is gonna come at 9 p.m. And then I was like, who knows? I was like, I don't want to open the door. It's dark. Like, I want to relax. But then then the light bulb in front of the house is like burnt. So if we put a new one, it keeps burning anyway. So I was like, I have to look at the window. They're gonna see me if I look outside. We're like, no, it can't be the missionaries. I'm like, okay. And then I looked at it, like, oh, yeah, that's the missionary. They just showed up just to say hello. That was wrong. So I guess that could be my hypothesis of me not thinking it was the missionaries and then that it was and I was wrong. That would be type 1 error, I think.
Okay. I'll have to come up with one for that one. What happened to Emily?
She's still there, but her camera froze.
Okay.
I hear you, but I don't see you.
Oh, weird. I hope it's not unflattering.
You're all pixelated, so it's not terribly unflattering. Okay. All right, should we go on without her?
Yeah, but I don't know if it's gonna continue to record since she was the one that sent the invite. It's supposed to be
It still says
recording.
live. Mine still says it's live. I don't know.
Mine says live too.
Yeah.
But do you think it's gonna record all the way, or is it gonna just stop because her computer or camera froze? Would it affect it though?
No. It seems like it would continue. I don't know.
Because my computer, when it freezes, then sometimes it asks me to restart the program or anything that I was using.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
You wanna continue or see if her
I don't
computer
know
will
whether
work?
she can even hear us.
No, I don't know. I don't think so, because if she could hear us, she will say something.
Mine was doing it the other night, and I couldn't hear you guys. It was just a picture frozen on the screen.
Mine hasn't done that so far.
I have like my internet gets spotty sometimes. Sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not.
Oh, mine is not good at all. It's so slow. When I was in Idaho, because we just moved to California again, I was in Idaho, so it was super fast. I was like, wow. And now he's like less than 5 or 10 megabytes per second or whatever they call it. I just
Yeah, I
know
don't
it's
either.
less than 5.
I don't know the measurement either. What can I ask you? What your accent is?
Yes. From Mexico.
What language is your?
Spanish.
Oh, it's Spanish. Okay, and you're from Mexico?
Yeah, it's a mixture.
Oh, you went out. What did you say?
It's a mixture because I was born in Mexico, but my dad is from the US and my mom's from Mexico.
I
So,
see.
yeah.
So is Spanish your first language?
hmm
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I had to learn English when I moved to the US because I was living in Mexico.
Uh,
That
I
was
see.
hard.
How old were you?
I was 12.
That's cool
Yeah.
though. I
Yeah,
wish
but
I
then
had.
it's
I
like
wish.
doing your math, but not math, like your other class, psychology. Well,
Uh,
are you taking psychology, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's really hard.
It's like
Yeah.
taking that kind of class, but not knowing what it's saying because it's a different language.
Oh, that's annoying. Well, and that class is hard enough for me. That's what I didn't do my work until this morning because I was taking class last night, and I studied my butt off yesterday, and I still got a C on it. I was like,
Uh,
oh my god.
it's
And
okay
the
as long as you pass your class, you should be fine.
that's what I keep thinking. The teacher keeps telling us he's going to restyle they're going to redo the class because I think it's really really hard for a 200 level class. And he says he's going to fix it, but I'm like, that doesn't help me this semester, you know. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay, we lost her completely.
I don't know.
Does there
Maybe
have to be? Oh, does
I
there have
worked
to
on the
be?
home. I worked on the homework, and that was a little easier than the last chapter from last week.
Do
Were
we
you
have to
confused?
do? I'm sorry. Hold on. What'd you say?
Are you confused, or do you get it for this lesson?
I was just starting to work through it this morning, but I haven't done enough of it. Like I see the examples and I understand what it's telling me, but I haven't been able to work through it enough times that I'm like, okay, I get this. I get what I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just on number one of the preparation assignment that we're supposed
Oh,
to do together.
I see. Yeah. I finished the prep, but I haven't started the actual homework assignment because
Yeah.
I worked on it super late at night, and I went to sleep at 1, and then the kids woke me up early for me. Like, I want to sleep, but if I keep sleeping, I won't wake up for the group meeting. Like, no, I have to wake up.
Well, good for you, because I got up. I've been up since like 7:30, but then I started my homework, and then I cleaned the kitchen, and then I came back to the homework. Well, not homework, the preparation. I haven't done the preparation.
Yeah.
Because I was just starting on the part with the real estate agents, or the real estate agents. They want that to plug that into SBS, right?
Yeah. But
Okay,
for
so I
the
was
first
just
question, right? You saying first question? Number 1?
it was actually question number 2
Oh.
with the real estate agent.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I was at.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna plug it into SPS and see what I got.
I just didn't understand where to find the IQR little button on the SPSS program.
IQR. Okay, wait.
IQR. Yeah, it asks for it for letter B or C. I think it's B.
Okay, hold on.
Because that's what it says on letter C. They have for the answer key. It says the mean, standard deviation, variance, minimum, Q1, median, Q3, maximum. And it says interquartile range, IQR. Unless it's just the range button.
Is it part of, you know, that box that that pops up with the output in it? Is it in that box?
I think it is, but I'm not too sure. Because I have seen the button where you can click for range, but I don't know if that's the interquartile range or just the range.
Okay. I just put my stuff in. Let me see if we can figure this out.
I drew it on a piece of paper so I can. I did it on the SPSS program, but it helps me to write it down.